I can't do this anymore. I can't do it anymore. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. Hopefully you've seen part 1 of this video. Now we're on to part 2. Part 1 was all the things that I'm going to be doing in 2025. In this video, we're going to talk about the mistakes I made, and the things I will not continue doing in 2025. So stick around and stay tuned. Alright, so in the previous video, I expressed how every 4 months I would go and get my hair trimmed, and when I would get my hair assessed, I would be able to see like what mistakes I was making that was causing breakage throughout my hair. My first trim, and you can see my hair was kind of choppy. Okay, now granted, I hadn't had a professional trim in 9 years at that point. You know, as I would get trims, I could see like, okay, we gotta stop doing this, we gotta stop doing that. So now we're here, things I will not be doing in 2025 and the mistakes that I made. And yeah, I'm gonna let you know the mistakes I made so that you don't make them too. All right, I'm heavy on the clip ends. Okay, in the previous video, what I will be doing as far as protective styles, low manipulation protective styles, ended up that I love clip-ins. However, I'm not gonna be using them like they're a sew-in anymore. I'm not gonna be leaving clip-ins in my hair. That is number 1. That's something I will not do anymore. So the very first trim that I went to, my stylist literally told me, she was like, yeah, don't leave clip-ins in your hair. This is before she even viewed my hair, anything. She just threw that tip out there. And I'm a big clip-in girl or whatever. So she was saying like, you don't want to leave clip-ins in your hair, and that's something I would do. She was like, don't sleep in them, and that's something I would do. I would leave clip-ins in my hair for like a week. I would do my little flat twist and put the clip-ins in, and I will rock my clip-ins like it's a sew-in. So that's something I'm no longer doing because it can lead to breakage, and I see exactly why. Those combs can be very tight. I don't put them at my scalp, but I do put them on the hair. Like I put them on the twist. If you leave those clamped onto your hair for an extended period of time, I can see exactly how I could receive so much breakage. So that's something I'm not doing anymore. I'm still going to utilize clip-ins, but I'm gonna use them for that day and take them out that night. My next thing, number 2, overdoing it with the sleek backs. I'm a sleek back girl at heart. I love sleeking my hair back. However, especially when I first cut my hair, I was overdoing it with the sleek backs. Sleek backs every other week. And I mean sleek slick backs, like sleek, tight, all of the things, tension, I didn't care. Okay, I was sleeking my hair back. So that's something I'm not gonna do anymore. I think around the second or third trim I got, I noticed that with the sleek backs, I would start to notice like in the very nape. And at the time I had a wisdom lock. I don't have that anymore, by the way. I don't know if I've but you know now. I would notice like there was a lot of tension in the back in my nape area where I would bring all the hair to. I can see where I was doing it way too tight, for 1, and for 2, I was doing it way too often. I love sleek backs, but they are not a protective style. They're not even a low manipulation protective style at all, at the very least. So that's something I'm not gonna do. I was doing it quite excessively at the time. Now I'm like, okay. And so when I did the trim though, I was doing a lot of sleek backs at that time and keeping them in for a long time, and my hair kind of did something like this at the ends, and you could see the breakage. So that told me right there, the area that's always sore when I do my sleek backs, that area right there is getting irritated and the hair is breaking off. So you want to stop doing that. I'm still going to do sleek backs again, just like the other point. I'm still going to do it. I'm just not gonna do it as much. I'm still gonna do my sleek backs, just not excessively. I definitely try to limit myself to how many sleek backs I do. I'm not even counting like per month. I just don't do them as often anymore. And when I do a sleek back, I try to do it in a way that the hair is not pulled so tight. Just if you're not aware, if you do like a lot of sleek backs, just the things that you can look forward to is tension damage. Okay, brushing your hair like that. And I started to notice too, like in the very front here, I have more breakage in this area. Using those bristle brushes can be very damaging over time. You can even start to get like thinning in those parts. So you just want to be careful. Tension damage is different from heat damage, but you can get tension damage from like brushing your hair too hard and too much, and it can start to affect your curl pattern, and you'll notice your hair starts to be more frizzy in that area, things like that. You just have to be careful because you can get damage, specifically tension damage, from doing sleek backs way too much. So even when I do my sleek backs, I do them real loosely now, and a lot of times I don't even use a brush like that. If you guys haven't seen, I do like a no brush sleek back to prevent tension damage. So I will just smooth the gel with my hands. If it's a really good gel, a lot of times you can smooth the hair with your hands. You don't necessarily need a brush. So I only use a brush when I really need it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna smooth it with my hands as much as I can get. I do use a brush, but I don't use it too often. If I'm going somewhere and I need my hair to be really sleek, then I will, but that's every once in a while. It shouldn't be every single week. So I'm not being excessive anymore with the sleek backs. And when I do my sleek backs, continue to do them loosely, lightly, and just being very gentle with my hair. All right, the next thing is tight styles. This goes along with like protective styles, because I feel like those are the only styles I really do really tight, other than the sleek backs. But yeah, just tight styles, period. Even my protective styles, I care to do them DIY. I don't want to do them because it takes me so long, but it's the only way I can guarantee that my hair is going to be cared for properly and that the stylist isn't going to braid too tight for me. So I do still get protective styles. I will still get braids and stuff like that. I'm not going to do it too often, okay? But I am going to just be mindful of how often I'm getting them done, and be mindful. It's just not worth it with the styles, specifically braids that are so tight, because yeah, your hair will grow, but it's also like your hair is gonna break off so much more too, because the braids are so tight and just pulling at your scalp and pulling at your hair. So braided styles are not always the best protective style, especially when done very tight. When they're done pretty loosely, okay. When they're done really tight, which is what a lot of us like, it's not always the best long term. Okay, and my last thing, this one is going to be different for me, but in 2025 I just don't want to do this anymore, and it gives me so much better results when I don't allow this. And this is to allow my hair to be wet for an extended period of time. I can't do this anymore. I can't do it anymore. It's not good and it's annoying. So my hair, I have pretty normal porosity, but my hair still takes like a day to dry. And honestly, you guys, it's not even about me wanting immediate results, but I think I'm going to do more of sitting under a hooded dryer or stretching my hair with the Rev Air, or working on already damp or pre-stretched, pre-dried hair, simply because I do not want to leave my hair wet for extended periods of time, honestly. And I could be wrong, but I think because my hair be wet so long sometimes, it also leads to the irritation in my scalp because it's been wet for so long. So I just don't want to do that. So when I do my twist outs now, I just want to sit under a hooded dryer or something. I'm definitely going to do that a lot more often and use it with heat protectant. I just don't want to sit with my hair wet for long periods of time, and sometimes my hair is not fully dry in a whole day. Sometimes it takes a little longer. Sometimes I don't know, like I just don't want to do that anymore. And I'm not exactly sure about this, but I think that can also lead to damage in some ways, but I'm not the professional. I am not. Okay.
Hello, this is Editing Me here. I just want to pause right here just to say this does not mean I will not allow my hair to air dry, because I will. I personally don't see anything wrong with air drying, especially if my hair can do so in a reasonable amount of time, and usually it can. For example, if I don't stretch my twist or sleep in my twist right away and let them air dry, they'll air dry pretty well on their own. However, this isn't always the setup, so I will use a hooded dryer from now on, especially if I don't have the time to properly air dry. Also, I did do a little research, okay? And it appears leaving the hair and scalp wet for an extended period of time can actually lead to breakage, fungus infection, and irritation, okay? So beware.
I'm not a scientist, chemist, no nothing. I just know from my personal experience, I'm not a cosmetologist. I don't do hair professionally, so I don't know. I have not studied hair. I have heard some things, but I just know from my experience what I feel. And when I leave my hair wet for an extended period of time, it doesn't feel good. My scalp feels more sore. My scalp feels more irritated. Like, I just need the twist to be dry. So I'm definitely gonna be sitting under a hooded dryer for the most part. Even with my sleek backs, I'll probably sit under a hooded dryer because a lot of times with the sleek backs, my hair be wet. I could do a sleek back on wet hair, and then I take my hair down by like the end of the week and my hair is still wet. My hair is still wet days later, and I don't like that. That doesn't sit well in my spirit, so I just don't want to do it. That's that. All right, you guys, so those are the mistakes I made and things I will not be doing this year so that my hair can continue to grow healthy and retain more length, more hair, all 2025. And I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If it was, and if it wasn't, please do me a favor. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, you guys. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.
I need you.